Shalom, shalom, my brothers and sisters. Shalom. This is an end time alert. We have eyes, let us have eyes to see. We have ears, let us have ears to hear. The Spirit of Yahusha calls out, prepare. I have placed 3 websites, 3 links, and you may have to copy and paste them in order to read the information provided before you. One is an address to an article that aired talking about, well, it's not an article, I'm sorry, it shows you the drought map for the United States, the drought map. And for many of you, my brothers and sisters, I realize that we're busy. We're not focused on some things. Some things are not important to us. But we are in a severe drought throughout most of the United States. And drought will equate to famine and water shortage. Famine being a shortage of food because the farm, the crops will not be able to produce the yields that are anticipated. In other words, the amount of food that's necessary will not be produced as a result of these drought conditions. And when you start having a shortage of produce, a shortage of food, it sends a ripple effect to the feed for animals. It also, when you have drought, somewhere down the line we're going to begin to see water shortage, fresh drinking water, or water shortage. Many of us fail to realize where the water originate. So I just want to caution you, my brothers and sisters, to be aware that severe drought, a severe shortage of food, water shortage. And when you have this from an economic perspective, you will also begin to see high food prices. So whatever budgets we have when it comes to buying our food, we're going to see prices go up even more in the wake of this severe drought that we're facing throughout the nation. Be mindful, for the scriptures tell us we should not be caught unaware. We should be mindful of the signs. If you study the scriptures, you will see in days of old, when mankind was rebellious to Yahuah, that it resulted in waters drying up and food shortages. In Yirmiyahu, or Jeremiah, if you read the book of Jeremiah, you'll see many times when there was scarcity of food, when there was famine. We'll see many occasions as a result of man's rebellion where water dried up. So do not think for a moment, my brothers and sisters, that greed and rebellion, that the sins of mankind will not go unanswered. For these are the signs. These are some practical evidence of what's to come. There's another link where I talk about the banks. Here, this link tells you about banks. Some big banks that are preparing, if necessary, to liquidate their assets. Possible failure. You read it. Copy and paste these links and read the articles, my brothers and sisters. On the matter of money, fiat money is money printed in thin air. Consider this article as well as a sign. There's another site that I did not post on there, and that's www.usdebtclock.org. That's www.usdebtclock.org. Visit these sites, my brothers and sisters, and examine them. Do you foresee, can it be foreseen that an imminent collapse to some degree is about to occur? Can these be the evidence, along with many other articles and conditions that we're seeing in our communities? High unemployment, hope eroding, apathy and complacency running rampant. Could these be the signs of something that's to come? I believe it is. I am not saying this for the purpose of getting anyone to worry, but prepare. Prepare, my brothers and sisters, because as these things come to be, as they become more magnified, it will affect our doorstep, our homes, apartments, wherever we may be living. It is going to affect us. This is a time when we need to consider very strongly Israel, Yashar'al, family who seek to do the will of the Father, both Hebrew and Goyim who seek to do the will of the Father. This is a time when we must begin to prepare our minds and have a ready mind. Because I can assure you, as chaos begin to break out, as drastic and major changes begin to occur, as we move into this major paradigm shift, or some may say in the prelude to the mark of the beast, to world governance, as we move into these situations, there will be a degree of chaos, a degree of catastrophes, and it will be wise, my brothers and sisters, for us to make plans to coming close together. And I believe that the Spirit of Yahusha, that the power and might of the Father, according to Scriptures, will begin to bring Yashar'al closer together. And we will begin to see some form of gatherings starting to emerge. We'll know, you'll know, without a doubt, that it is the Spirit of the Father that is guiding you. He will harden some's heart, and He will soften some's heart. But do not take this message lightly, and I would encourage you to pass this on. For these conditions are happening all across the globe. There will be a gathering of Yashar'al. And we will not be worried, but we will have a ready mind and be guided by those whom the Father will use to bring us to a point of fulfilling or being used to demonstrate the fulfilling of Scripture. We are in latter days, my brothers and sisters. These are end times. And I would encourage each of us to look in the mirror and ask ourselves, how much do we love the Father? How much have we reached out, knowing that we can only reach the Father by Yahusha, the Messiah? How many of us have asked ourselves, how much do we love Him? Many of us will not be able to take our brothers, our sisters, our sons, our daughters, our aunts, our uncles, our grandmothers, or grandparents, our closest friends. Many of us may find ourselves in transition period where we're called. How many will hear? How many will respond? I don't know the answer to that, but I do know Scripture will be fulfilled. And believe it or not, we cannot stop, nor do I want to be a partaker of one that's kicking against Scripture. So be mindful of this, my brothers and sisters. Be mindful. We are at a stage where we must begin to pray, worship, and obey. Have a ready mind, a ready body, a ready spirit. And I believe, as I stated, that all doubt will be removed to those who diligently seek the Most High Father, Yahuah, in the name of Yahusha. On that note, I rest at this point. This has been an end time alert. There will be others to come in days to come. Take care, my brothers and sisters. Love one another and prepare mind, body, and soul. For soon we shall see things that man have never seen or expected to occur in our generation. Are you ready? I can be reached at Symmanayah at yahswatchman.net. That's my email. Symmanayah at yahswatchman.net. Or you can go to that website and you'll see my email address if you want to reach out. If you want to begin to start some dialogue on what we should be doing in our preparation, so we're not over prepared or facing or falling after illusions. Come, let us reason, my brothers and sisters. Let us begin to talk about the realities of what's to come. Let us begin to talk about the realities of what we see. It's time to reach out, brothers and sisters. It's time to identify that common bridge. It's time to place the things that are causing some confusion or division before the altar of Yahuah. And let us watch him prove what's right. And when he present that proof in spirit and righteousness and by rightly dividing his word and through right rulings, when he present that proof, that we yield to all that he is saying, all that he is doing, his instructions and his guides. Prepare, my brothers and sisters, for if it's not real to you yet, it will soon be. Take care. Shalom. Shalom.